Hey guys, how's it going? I just wanted to make a couple comments about like this video that you're watching here. It goes back a few years, like the video footage. I believe it was September of 2016. I went over by my grandma and grandpa's place, and we were just talking, and I was filming them, and we were talking about tractors, and Grandpa was talking about his tractors, and Grandma was chiming in, and it was just like a really nice time. And I had filmed it all, but I don't know, I just kind of like I didn't lose it, I just kind of never did anything with the footage. And then now, earlier this year, my grandma passed away, and when looking for pictures, it's like we found it, and then it was just pretty nice to have that footage again. So I wanted to take the time to edit it and put some other things into it and make like a nice video. Alright, thanks for watching. Yeah, what can you tell me about like the day you bought the 190?
I can see him going out of the yard yet. I told him, you go and buy a new tractor. Told him they had to buy one because I was getting sick and tired of pulling that other one around. Mm-hmm. And there is him and his sons all in that truck going up to Lena to buy the new tractor. Finally we got our new tractor, and I didn't have to spit gravel in his face. Yeah. That started out a little fast, gravel would fly. So.
Yeah, I got it from Ron. First of all, I never spent so much money in my life for a piece of machinery. I think 3 or 4 times during the winter. Some neighbor would want a pull, and I always remembered one pull I never forgot, and it was, I didn't think I could make it, and I wasn't too used to driving a big tractor that way, and it was my uncle, Guy Shallow, with the milk road loaded full of cans, double deck, and he had a fuel pump went out of his Ford truck, and they needed that milk up there at the Frigo's at the intake.
Yep, at the cheese factory.
Yes, at the Frigo cheese. She just smiled with it when I pulled it up there at low range, the 6th gear, and but I had to pull it in from quite a ways east of Lena, yet down by the bridge by Little River Road. I had to pull it all the way into Lena, and it kind of be them days there wasn't as much traffic, and I could get by with 10 or 11 miles an hour going, because I didn't want to go any faster, because you don't know if the brakes work on that truck or not.
Yeah, you don't want to have it come slamming into the back of you, eh?
Yes, I learned that helping people doesn't cost you anything sometimes. It's the idea of the thing that when they need it the most, My old 190 never let me down. Well, I never dreamed I'd get a tractor that new. With the mortgage I had, And not knowing,
Green.
you know, how far I could go or anything like that, when Mr. LePage passed away and Mr. Delata bought him out, he had to liquidate a certain amount of property, and my dad had a sale there, so I went to it and got the tractor for, the price was right, but it wasn't ever hurt. I don't think there's an hour meter on that tractor. I don't remember.
No.
And but there was such very little hours on it. He had everything immaculate in his yard, and that's why, you know, I knew, and he had bought it. When he bought it, I knew it from Dufeck's. Carl and Eben were always good to me, and but I never bought big things in my life, so it was either grain drills or manure spreaders or corn planters or, you know, things like that.
What was your favorite tractor to drive of Grandpa's?
My 50.
The 50?
It just, it was out there in the open, I could see things. I was put in one of those tractors that had the cab on and just couldn't handle it. Too much. 50.
Yeah, that 50, yeah.
Yeah, my 50. Glad
Yeah.
you guys got it going, yeah.
Yeah. I wish that 50 had an hour meter on it, because it's definitely got
Oh,
over
yes.
15,000 hours
Yeah.
or something, you know.
I bought the A at a foreclosure auction that the sheriff was selling in Brown County. His name was Skinnerdor. Never knew him at all or nothing, but he had a job to do. And another shocker, but I had approval from the bank before I went to it. And when I stopped with the load in front of Dufeck's on the way home that night, I said, "Well, fellas, see what I went and did today?" And yeah, I said, "I bought me a tractor and cultivators and plows." Evan says, "What do you take for that load?" I said, "No." I said, I bought it for farming. And paid $960 for the load. And he offered me $1,500. So, you know, I felt sorry for the people, but I bought it not running. A different battery I put in it. That's where I got my most bargains. And it just seems though it turned out good.